Hi, my name's Tom, and for the past 5 years I've walked 18,000 miles across 38 different countries with my dog Savannah.
What's up everyone? I'm currently driving across the center part of Turkey with my buddy Anol, and yesterday someone messaged me on Instagram that there is an American guy walking across all 7 continents with his dog, and he just happens to be crossing right where we're driving right now. We are crossing near a city called Eskişehir. I don't know what to expect, but his story sounds extremely inspiring, and I am excited to tell it to you. Yo man! We found you!
Yeah.
How you doing? Wow. Nice to meet you.
Hey, nice to meet you, man. How you doing?
Hey, buddy.
Savannah.
Wow. Tom is a 31-year-old American whose life mission is to walk on all 7 continents alongside his best friend, a 4-year-old dog named Savannah.
From New Jersey, I walked down to Panama City. That was 1 year. And then from Bogota, Colombia, down to Montevideo, Uruguay. That was another year. Took a boat to Antarctica, and then long flight up to Denmark down to Spain, across Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, up Italy, and then across Croatia, Greece, across Turkey, Georgia, Azerbaijan, and then got quarantined, locked down Azerbaijan, and now I'm just trying to find somewhere where I can walk in the meantime until I can continue my original route up to Mongolia, hopefully next summer.
Tom, I'm really curious, how did you get started walking to every continent in the world with your dog?
My friend Anne-Marie died when I was 17, and it was very formative. I realized that I was gonna die and that I needed to do something with my life. I knew I wanted to see the world, and I wanted to see it in the most immersive, deepest way possible, and walking around the world seemed like the best solution to that. He first began his walking journey in his home state of New Jersey, and 4 months after, he found himself at an animal shelter in Austin, Texas. I went into an adoption center thinking maybe just look at the dogs, and then there was Savannah, and she's been with me ever since.
And how does Savannah hold up with all this?
Yeah, Sav's a beast. She's been walking on the road since she was a puppy. She used to ride in the back basket, and then after about a month she started walking, and she's been walking every mile with me ever since. No, she's jacked.
You would think that traveling to so many countries with a dog would be challenging, but surprisingly, it's quite simple.
With Savannah crossing borders, it's generally you just need a rabies vax, which she has. You need one every year, and then she'll need a health certificate. Very simple, you just get a health certificate right before you cross the border, piece of cake. The only difficult one will be Australia, when she'll have to quarantine for 10 days, but otherwise it's easy. Yeah.
You have to quarantine because of COVID, or just?
No, because it's an island. It's very strict.
How much do you spend a day on average, and how do you manage your budget?
Budgeting is pretty simple. I don't spend a lot of money. I'm camping most of the time. So on the average day, especially in developing countries, through Central South America, through Turkey now, I can live on a couple dollars a day. It wasn't really until I got to Peru and I could get like $7 hotel rooms that I started staying in hotel rooms. Like that first year, I think I took 1 week off. The whole rest of the time, I was walking 24 miles a day, every single day, without a break, like a maniac.
So a couple of dollars a day, that's straight food and water money?
Yeah, just food and water. I mean, yeah, I'm not paying for rent. I get a local SIM card, and the rest is just food and water, and that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Have you ever run out of water?
I've been very close. When Savannah and I were crossing the Andes from Chile to Argentina, there's a period of about 5 days where we didn't encounter any civilization. There's no water, and about 20 miles from the Argentinian border where there would be water, I was down to, I think, maybe a liter left. But I had brought a ton of water with me. So it's really just about knowing what's up ahead and planning accordingly. And I've gotten very good at that.
What have you learned from all this?
Walking is a great form of meditation. It really clears your mind. Normally today you can hop on your phone, you have the internet, you have books, you have whatever you want, you have amazing food probably around you. You can satisfy pretty much every need that you want, any urge that you have. And when you're walking, you have to sort of put those urges and those wants aside, and you're just in your own head thinking and churning over your thoughts. It takes a while, but after a couple months of walking, your thoughts get very clear and you become very assured in your place in the world and where you stand.
Traveling can sometimes get lonely, especially when you're in isolated places, and even though Tom has Savannah, I couldn't help but wonder how he deals with loneliness. Do you feel lonely when you walk?
I don't, no, not really. I don't really feel lonely, no. I think the thing is because I'm occupied all the time. I think a lot of the anxiety and depression is when you almost have too much time on your hands and too much energy, and you're not exerting the energy. And I'm walking all day. I'm getting water and I'm getting food. I have all these immediate things I need to satisfy. And then at the end of the day, I'm exhausted. And I lay in my tent and I'm like, I'm done. And then do it again the next day. So you just don't have time to be lonely or anxious or anything.
And where do you see yourself like in 5 years? Like, are you ever gonna stop? What's your goals?
Yeah, I'm stopping. It's already been 5 years. I probably have 2 more years. This next section in summer, I have to walk Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Mongolia. I have to walk that in the summer. In the winter, it's impossible. And then walk Australia and then back across the US. So that's the next 2 years. And then after that, I don't know, hopefully write, be a photographer, something where I don't have to work for anyone else. I think it'd be really tough to go back and work for someone after being so free.
What have you learned about humanity from traveling, like walking everywhere?
People are the same everywhere. That's the main thing. I'm sure you know, you see the same thing. People just want to have a stable life, hang out with their family, have some good food, and that's pretty much it. And it doesn't matter if you're out in the middle of the country, if you're in the city. Yeah, it's the same everywhere, just the scenery changes.
Tom is an incredibly motivated person, and it's amazing to see how far he and Savannah have come. It's unbelievable to think that neither of them have given up on this journey yet. I wish him all the best, and I can't wait to follow his adventure all the way to the finish line in Australia. Tom, what is one message that you want to say to the world?
Be good to people. Yeah, that's it. Be nice. Yeah. I got very ill from a bacterial infection from South America, and so that was about 7 months. I lost like 45 pounds, and I'm already pretty thin.
Did you stay in South America at that time?
No, that was right after South America. It kind of caught up with me, and then I was in quarantine.
Is it from something you ate, or?
They don't know. Water,
and you were
food.
Just like on the toilet 24/7?
No, it was. I mean, it was just agony. It was like my stomach was like just being pumped with gas, and I would have these really painful muscle spasms once it kind of reached like a point. And then, you know, after a couple months of that going on, my body's attacking itself, and then I developed colitis and a fungus in my esophagus, and they couldn't figure out what it was for months.
Most dangerous situations you've been in, just that come to mind, like maybe someone tried to rob you, or your dog broke her leg, or just. That's not really dangerous, but just talk about some of the hiccups that you've had along the way.
Yeah, I went through El Salvador when it was the most dangerous country in the world, and saw the bodies of a husband and wife, and so that whole stretch was very intense.
Where?
Just out in the countryside. I guess they'd been executed by a gang.
Like you were just walking in
out in the field, yeah.
Were they like they were shot, or?
Yeah, they were executed. Yeah, in the back of the head. Yeah.
What did you think when you saw that?
I think I need to get out of this country. I need to get to somewhere safer. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, it was very intense. Yeah. Yeah, and then in Panama City, I was held up at knife point, but amazingly, so it was kind of a team job. One guy held a knife to me and backed me into the shop. Another guy grabbed my backpack, which had my passport in it, Savannah's passport in it, my laptop, basically everything important I always keep on me, but I'd taken it off that morning. A guy grabbed it, and amazingly, a cop happened to be right there and got this guy. And so I was able to keep my stuff. It would have been a nightmare otherwise, but yeah, I got lucky.
You never lost your passport or your computer?
No, never lost it, yeah.
I'm Drew Binsky, and if you like my travel videos, please click subscribe and ring that little bell so you can get notified on all my upcoming videos as I take you to every single country in the world.